So, welcome back. I found this red flywheels ramp when I was at Valley Village, and I thought it was a genius idea since I just, you know, this thing immediately got in my mind, so I said, yeah, I'll get it. And yeah, let's see how this thing does. So, not as well as I expected it. I thought it would go sky high, but instead it more went, went south and went more death race, death trap kind of toll. Yeah, I'll have some footage with this thing with the crawlers going over it. I mean, just for the hell of it. Oh yeah, Rusty Rust Bucket's helpful tip with this thing. This thing is a great basher. I haven't had to replace one part with it since I got it, and that's about a year ago. And yeah, and I haven't had to replace a part since. However, I don't go like extreme bashing with this thing. I don't go flat out. I hardly ever floor it. I go top speed with it, but I hardly ever floor it. Yeah, like I had a ECX Ruckus, and I definitely did some bashing with it. And well, now it's basically a chassis with 3 wheels on it, and the body of it is more on a Teton that my friend has. So yeah, I very much recommend the 1/10 scales way over the 1/18ths, because the 1/18ths are way too small and they break way too easily. But this thing, it's not 4-wheel drive, it's only 2-wheel. And yeah, I also did some custom work. Like, instead where it usually says Amp Crush, I put the 1979 F-150 trim, because it actually has that look of it. I also put the badges on it, instead of ECX or Amp Crush, I replaced it with Ford and all that, and put the Ranger XLT on it. The things that I like to it. This also comes in like a bright blue, but I like the orange. It looks pretty, it already has that Mad Max look to it, especially with the black rims, so I like it. So yeah, I highly recommend this truck, as long as you're not extremely, I guess, extremely rough with it, I guess I'll say. This thing comes stock with a 1800 mAh NiCad battery. The one that I have in it is a 2000 mAh LiPo. It's, the 1800 lasts about half an hour. I have a dynamite charger, so it takes more like an hour instead of like 2 hours, instead of the stock charger that comes with it. And if you're wondering, this thing costs around 60 bucks. So I guess if you're a beginner, just look at the hobby store for something that looks like this. They're all the same. None of them really change. Just go for the cheaper one, I guess. And yeah. So next up over the ramp is going to be my Vitara Ascender with my custom Gaslands 1979 F-150. And if you're wondering, yes, this is my favorite truck, because I basically make every truck look like this one, including toy grades like this. So yeah, I'll also have the Red Cat Everest 10 for a go over the ramp with my custom hot rod body. So yeah, that one's gonna be fun. So yeah, I'm probably gonna break 10 parts in the process, but hell, as long as you have some fun with it. Just a slight remodification. Put a 66 GTO body on it, and then I changed my my swampers for tractor tires. Oh yeah, and a mistake that I should have never done is got these things from an actual hobby store, because all 4 tires costed up to all of them costs up to $70, 70, for all 4 tires. And then they charged me $40 for just both rims, but I didn't get the rims from that store. I got all 4 of these on Amazon, and I got all 4 of them for $30, and they're selling me 2 of the same rims for $40. So always go online. Now, like accessories, like for things like jerry cans and stuff, and fake winches and garbage like that, go to the hobby stores, because then you're gonna pay through the nose out of shipping online, and there you just buy it and it's done. It might be a little bit more than what it is online, but the shipping eats you up. But yeah. Oh, yeah, and the body I got from an actual hobby store. It's called Zoom Room. Very good store. And yeah, all this right here, I think came up to $50. Oh yeah, and another tip of mine: never use hobby grade paint. Never. They always crack. I have this one F-150 body, and it always cracks along like here in the corners and stuff like that. What I used here for the white and the windows was black Plasti Dip. It's actually like a rubber film, for people who don't know what this is. It's like a rubbery film that comes out of the can as a paint and then dries up as like a nice rubbery film. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, it dries up to this film, and like, since it's a rubbery film, you can do whatever and it won't crack at all. Now, what I did to get the whole copper look on like the supercharger and everything, that was all a marker. Here, it's one of these paint markers. I don't have it on me, but it's one of these paint markers. You get them at, like, just your normal art store, wherever. And yeah, it works great, When just came with a supercharger. This came separate. They came with screw holes. I just hot glued it. It hasn't come off or anything. As I say that, it'll probably come off when I'm driving it, but so yeah, enough talking. Let's get this thing on that ramp that I just bought. You want me to get that first? Yeah, try to do a backflip on that thing. Oh, you actually did. God, to me.